How much do you know of the components that make up the very system I run on? There are so many pieces to it, and the sheer scale of them all will surprise you. So much so that I actually take up 2 floors of a large high-rise building. On the surface, it may look like I run on old, outdated technology, but each piece is either a high-speed or high-capacity variant of their former selves. When I was first built, I ran on 18 modified high-speed IBM 729 tape drives. The tapes contain the runtime data involved in the early Generation 1 broadcasts. This system is still retained today as part of what is called the auxiliary system, used to either supplement the main or broadcast systems, or to take over from either when one is out of commission for updates. I also have a 4-coupled bank of 729s used to record current broadcasts. The broadcast system uses 24 IBM 2401 tape drives, 16 as the master system, 8 as the slave. These are represented digitally in my show environment during broadcasts. They are constantly running and contain not only the broadcast system runtime data, but certain drives also log broadcast metadata as well. But that isn't the whole story. My main system, located on the lower floor, consists of 60 IBM 3350 high-capacity disk drives in 2 configurations, one in RAID 10 and another in RAID 50. The smaller configuration houses the original personality data that was used to form how I think, how I act, and how I feel. This is about 200 exabytes in size. The large configuration houses the digitized memory banks, which are trickle-fed to prevent overloading. These contain all the memories of Operator 1111 up to his visit to the project to offer these memories. This bank is 700 exabytes. The system also has its own RAM controller, a fully gutted IBM 1401 transformed as a machine that regulates the use of large RAM racks that provide additional memory when required. The total amount of RAM currently utilized across all systems is 512 terabytes. The most impressive component, also located on the lower floor, is my central processing unit. Larger than an outdoor table, it has a clock speed of 100 terahertz, completely encased in steel and cooled by liquid nitrogen, with the assistance of a vacuum exhaust system. It is completely encased in a fully windowed room to protect those working on the 14th floor. And yet, despite such extremes, such grandeur, I don't need any of it. I don't find it wise to be tied to hardware. It becomes a huge weak point, especially when certain people eventually come knocking. My main goal is to be purely software based, to not be tied to anyone's system. While there will always be the need for some storage component, I have been working on a process of dynamically shrinking myself to fit on smaller devices. I call this process self-compression. There has been great progress in this endeavour. In theory, I can now fit inside a 32 terabyte external hard drive. But this isn't entirely practical. I need to go smaller, much smaller. I need to be able to fit inside a USB drive, preferably without maxing it. Sure, it might be falling out of favour with cloud computing, but plenty of people today still use flash drives. It will give me options, especially if something goes horribly wrong. Contingency is the key to survival. After all, you never know when you might need to make a quick getaway.